So, I owe all you guys an apology for last week, and I just got up and walked out. You see, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, I couldn't believe it could get that friggin' stupid.
Leave the military issues to Lord Guilford.
Lelouch and his 7 Black Knights are invading to release all of your prisoners. We're talking hundreds of revolutionaries here. And your reaction is, nah, fuck that. We can handle a few more Black Knights. It's not like 7 of them are tearing us apart. Oh, wait. Are you actively trying to lose the war? But, regardless, you guys deserve better than that, and it won't happen again. So, let's wrap up that last episode really quick, because there are actually a couple things that are pretty important. So, as you would expect, this whole invasion has canceled the executions. But as stupid as that last bit was, things are about to get a lot dumber. So first, Rolo realizes that Lelouch screwed him over in very short order.
So you're running after all. So much for your promise to give me C2. Lelouch, you were lying to me from the start.
No shit! You mean the guy who lies to everyone lied to you too? Are you sure? Anyway, someone fires a shot at Lelouch, but Rolo gets caught in the bullet's trajectory. He apparently doesn't have time to get out of the way, but because of more bullshit, Lelouch apparently has enough time to double back and deflect the bullet. So why the fuck couldn't you just save yourself?
But why? Why did you save me? Why would you?
Because you're my little brother. From this iron hammer!
Once again, I need to state out loud what I'm seeing. Because it is so unbelievable that it's completely beyond my understanding. So, you realize that Lelouch has been lying to you and manipulating you since the beginning.
Lelouch, you were lying to me from the start.
But you once again think that this time it's for real.
The memories may have been planted in me, but the time that you and I spent together was real.
You're saying all the things we did up to now, they weren't lies?
Because you're my little brother.
Brother? Me?
Didn't he outright betray you? Oh, but I'm sure this time he's not trying to trick you into saving him. He probably just completely changed his mind in the last 5 seconds.
I made a promise to you. I promised you a new future.
But how can these two get away with being gone from school this whole time? Well, remember that whole Lelouch went back to school crap and how believable that was? Prepare yourself for the most genius alibi ever concocted.
Rolo, where did you go?
Miss Valletta, come on. We can at least go to the bathroom in peace, can't we?
And of course, she believes him. Fucking twat. So yeah, all the Black Knights are freed, the Britannians are really fucked, and everyone's really happy about it. But wait! Just in case you're confused, Lelouch takes the last few minutes of the episode to detail just how much he's manipulating Rolo.
Trying to take Nunnally's place, you little phony. I'll use you up and then throw you away like a piece of trash.
So, again! The first time around, Lelouch abandoned his entire army just to save his sister. That's how many fucks he gave about them. His allies. Now he's tried to kill you by flipping the ground underneath your feet, and then he saved the Black Knights, your sworn enemies, and now he's used you to get this job done and completely screwed you over. But this time you believe him because if you didn't, we wouldn't have a show. It's amazing how much shit you fans are willing to swallow. What's it like, by the way? What's it like to choke on feces every time you watch this? I mean, I'd love to know. So the next episode begins with Zero attempting to rally the troops, but not all of them are super psyched about him after that whole desertion thing.
While we appreciate you rescuing us, Zero, we wouldn't have been captured in the first place if you hadn't betrayed us the way you did.
Don't you owe us an explanation? What happened? We deserve to know.
Everything is for victory over Britannia.
Okay, go on.
That's all.
Huh?
Of course, I abandoned you in your hour of deepest need, allowed you to be captured and imprisoned for a year, and intentionally lost the war with Britannia, also that we could defeat Britannia.
Believe it!
Right now, we need to rely on his power. I can think of no one more capable than Zero to be our leader.
I agree.
Wait, you actually believe him? Do you all have Stockholm Syndrome? Munchausen Syndrome? Mass hysteria? Mass stupidity? Someone help me explain why everyone in this show is a hapless puppet. Well, we just don't care. Toto! Wait, what? We figured this show was gonna happen no matter what, so we might as well play along and try to make the best of it. But, Toto, you know you're letting them win, right? Well. Remember who the real enemy is. The show's creators? Exactly. Who you're now siding with. That's... Look, just try not to think about it. It'll make more sense. But you... Believe it! Okay, we're getting nowhere here. So the mindless mob jumps on the bandwagon after a stunningly minimal effort from Lelouch, and we cut to school the next day, where Suzaku returns to school because Lelouch is Zero, but nobody can bring themselves to actually look into it. Like, at all. However, we again have to appeal to that new audience, so Lelouch decides to spend 3 minutes of banal forced exposition in order to tell everyone what happened in the first series, but then awkwardly cuts himself off.
The Emperor rewrote 3 things in Lelouch's memory.
Nunnally.
Anything about Zero.
And that I was a prince of the royal family of Britannia. And so, the two of us now
have a standing gay threesome with Rolo, and we couldn't be happier. So after the show decides to revive the Arthur biting Suzaku thing because that was so great the last time, it's time for even more dumb.
Did anything leap out at you during your contact with him?
No, not especially.
Then we can conclude that the subject's memories haven't returned.
Really? You don't say. So, Suzaku's one day with Lelouch spent not questioning or investigating him in any way proves this because Lelouch didn't let on to his biggest rival that he's not Zero? Have you guys been eating paint chips every day for the last year? You have, haven't you? Well, at least Suzaku doesn't give up that easily.
Wait just a minute. Please, I feel we have to investigate this further.
Do you mean you don't trust our surveillance?
Oh. Surveillance.
Surveillance is perfect. He has no opportunity to use his Geass.
Teacher, could you please overlook all the campus infractions that Rolo and I are involved in?
So we immediately cut to some training mission somewhere where we're introduced to a brand new slew of plot holes known as these guys.
The variable nightmare frame, Tristan, which makes you Lord Gino Weinberg, the Knight of 3.
Allow me to officially introduce you guys to the Knights of the Round. No, not those guys, because that would actually be awesome. These guys were retconned into the plot after the first season to give Lelouch bigger, badder enemies to fight. But, of course, this doesn't make any fucking sense because they never appeared in the first show. Oh, but how do you know we weren't founded between seasons during that convenient 1-year gap? Because of Suzaku. See, you know who Suzaku is? He's the Knight of 7. Now, I had to cheat to not let you in on this, but guess when Suzaku became the Knight of 7?
Your Majesty, I have a request. Please, sire. Allow me to join the Knights of the Round.
That's right. Suzaku requested to become a Knight of the Round back when he captured Zero. A year ago. That means for him to even have any idea who the fuck they were, they must have predated his capture of Zero. Which means they must have existed in the first show, which is a load of desiccating horse shit. But that's just the beginning. We find out later on that each knight is assigned to an individual area. So where the fuck was Japan's assigned knight during Zero's attack? Snorting cocaine off a hooker's tits? These guys are just walking plot holes that may look cool, but were clearly added to, once again, appeal to kiddies in the place of the show's darker themes that pervaded the atmosphere last time. But screw this, I'm done with these douches.
Is it over?
Yep, Suzaku made me end it.
Finally, I can get out of this show. Well, that might as well be what happens, because the rest of the episode is shameless filler. In fact, aside from introducing Suzaku back into the school, this episode accomplishes nothing aside from the most blatantly excessive fan service I think I've ever seen. Forget Colin's self-respect. All she has left are those pathetic shreds she's trying to scrabble together as clothes. In fact, no female character is safe from this shit. Not even Valletta's ass, which hangs out in full display, because I'm sure this is totally okay at any real high school. But I really mean it when I say it's shameless. They even explicitly revel in it.
Well, sometimes you just get these little filler incidents in life. And that's fine.
So, you care that little about this show, huh? You have that little respect for your audience that you're just coming out and telling us we have to take it and like it. Were you really that out of ideas at this point? In the 5th fucking episode? But that's when Lelouch and Rolo corner Valletta and force her to join their side under threat of revealing that she was involved with Ogi during Season 1. So naturally, she's powerless to resist. Well, great. Oh, but hold on, we do need to have a second plot point that matters in order to call this an episode. And actually, for the first time in 5 episodes, it's something that actually kind of works.
You think a student should speak to the Viceroy? What do I say? How awkward. This is such an important person.
Hello, big brother? Lelouch, is that you? It's me, Nunnally. Can you hear me? I'm coming there to be the Viceroy. Is there something wrong? Lelouch, it's Nunnally, your sister.
Yeah, for once this is actually a smart move. Push Lelouch into a corner. Force him to respond to his sister whose voice he hasn't heard in over a year. Finally, it's someone doing something intelligent. But unfortunately, it's way too little, way too late. Rolo and Valletta are already working for Lelouch. Suzaku is completely on his own to figure this whole thing out, and he's morbidly under-equipped to do so. So, what do you think the odds are that he'll actually catch Lelouch? Yeah, this one's 0-0 too. See you guys next time.